I am the champion. Oh, well, the Dub Life champion.
It's Dub Life every Sunday afternoon. It's Dub Life, Natalie and Kaya too. If you ride the horse, say make sure you squeeze it tight. It's Dub Life tonight.
Safety.
Welcome, folks. Another Sunday. I believe this is episode 255. Dub Life. I'm actually in the toy room. Some of the lights that are off, they've just started flickering all the time, so we have to turn them off. Not a good thing when I have so many of these. These lights that are much brighter and newer, but don't last as long as the original ones. They already are starting to go bad after a couple years. And the ones I had before were, I haven't bought a Detolf in probably 6 years. So the other ones were lasting, and some of these really are probably 10 years old. And I put lights in them right away. So anyway, off topic. Welcome to another episode of Dub Life. Hope you're all doing well. What is this? 255, 265, 275, 300? I don't know. But welcome to another Sunday, another episode of Dub Life. And it should be a fun one. Before we get into it, I'll catch you up on Mom. She continues to be doing well. Progressing along. She's doing more and more exercise each day, trying to hold things for 30 seconds longer, a minute longer. Still has a long way to go. Your prayers are certainly appreciated and needed, both for her, for Victoria, for my dad. Speaking of Victoria, it'll be much later by the time you see this video, but her birthday is coming up. So happy birthday, Victoria. It will have already passed by the time that she watches this, but hopefully you've enjoyed your birthday. Unfortunately, with the situation with Mom, not able to do as much, but hopefully you are able to enjoy. We love you. So prayers, well wishes, and happy birthday wishes for Victoria. All appreciated in the comments section. So this week, before we get started on our fun, let's talk about next week. In 5 days, Friday the 26th, I think you're watching this on the 21st, Jolanta begins. 26, 27, 28. Suwanee, Georgia, just outside of Atlanta, just north of Atlanta, about 15 minutes or so. At the Gas South District. We'll be there hanging out all weekend. We hope to see you. And you will see that video actually in a couple weeks. I think I'm right. I think my math is right. Yeah, 2 weeks from today, you'll see the coverage of that video. But the event itself is happening in 5 days. So come hang out with us, Jolanta. We look forward to seeing you there. Now, what are we doing in this episode? Charlie's Collectible Show is what we're doing. We have our Legions Meetup tomorrow at Charlie's Collectible Show. So the vast majority of this episode will take place tomorrow at Charlie's. Just a little bit, teeny bit happening here today because it is also the release of the Demon Slayer movie, the Infinity Castle Part 1, I think of 3, the final conclusion of the Demon Slayer anime that we've been watching all this time with Kaya, and Kaya has read all the manga, so she knows what's going to happen because it's over. Apparently is pretty brutal, so I'm looking forward to that. A lot of anime, just nothing happens for years at a time, so I'm looking forward to that. We're going to see that. I think Andrew Bogish is going to join us tonight for that, so I wanted to go ahead and start the video so we could talk a little bit about that. I'm actually here about to head and pick up Jeremy Gerard from Four Horsemen from the airport, but he and I don't think are doing anything camera, or there may be a clip or two. We're just going to hang out. We're going to go have dinner, relax, catch up. Lots of things have happened in the toy world and the real world since we saw each other last in June a few months ago. And a lot is coming up with all the Legions Con and so forth. So we're just going to go hang out and spend time as friends. So that's what we got. Legions Meetup at Charlie's Collectible Show and the Demon Slayer movie. Should be fun. Let's go. I did order a new iPhone. I've been using the iPhone 15 for 2 years, or 15 Pro Max. And I ordered the 17 Pro Max. So pretty soon here, maybe not, I would bet the Jolanta episode, starting with the episode where I'm at Jolanta, will be the first episode filmed with a new camera. that's exciting. One of the things that gets the most use for me are the cameras. And so I think there's a pretty considerable front-facing camera upgrade from where I'm at to where I'm going with this. So hopefully that makes the videos a little nicer. I know the back camera certainly have an upgrade, but I think the upgrade on the front camera is significant. So I do actually film and put everything out in 4K. Not that there's really anything I'm doing that's very 4K worthy, but I know some people appreciate it. So we'll see. Now let's talk about who's going to be here with us at Charlie's Collectible Show. Who can you expect to see in this video? We have little graphics we've been posting on Instagram. Welcome everybody the whole time, but let's go through them. So the first person, we're going to go through the people that are going to vend and the people that are just going to be hanging out, content creators and so forth. We'll start with our content creators. First one, our buddy Mark, Bite Size Geek. He's coming in from Alabama. He's actually coming in today. We're looking forward to that. We've got Jordan Gasly and his buddy Richard, Punks for Plastic, who are always there. You can expect to see videos, I would imagine, both from Jordan and Bite Size Geek, as well as for the first time this year, The Man Collects. I think Chris and his wife are coming down from up north a little bit to join. I'm not sure if they live in Tennessee or Virginia. I think Tennessee. I'm not sure. But they are coming. And then Zaction Figures off Instagram, who I've never met, actually, and lives also in Georgia. Zach is coming. And I think he'll be making more pictures and that kind of stuff, which is really cool. I don't have a graphic for them, but Viking Alchemist Meadery is going to be there. They're our friends that we met at Joe Fest and have seen a few times. And there might be some more cool things to come from them in the future. Now let's talk about who's going to be vending there. Our buddy Scott Warren, Soru Studios. He will be there. He's always at Charlie's, but he'll have a separate table, just like Corey, Cortoons Cosplay, who also has a permanent booth at Charlie's, but he will have a table set up. Brutal Realm Toys is going to be there. And they are going to have a panel, actually, that I'm going to do with them, talking about Brutal Realm, talking about where they are in the production cycle, and so forth. So we're excited about that. Just like Jeremy Gerard from Four Horsemen Studios will be there. And with them, we are also doing a panel talking about the lore of Legion. So those are the two toy companies that'll be represented. David will be there, Dark Collectibles. He's going to have a variety of cool figures and various things for sale. Kim will be there, my sister, Oblique Red. She will have soft goods for sale. Jordan and Van, the Purple Gang will be there. They'll be vending with 3D printed stuff and merch, stickers, various things like that. Greg Cook will be there. He'll have a bunch of 3D printed stuff. He said some really cool 3D printed Marvel stuff recently. Red Guardian helmet he made for himself. That's cool. Dave Chandler, Devil's Workshop, will be there. He'll be set up with a booth joining us. Andy, McCultra Customs, will be there. We are excited for that. He's always at our local shows, and this will be the first time he's at one of our shows here. Bama Freddy, Adam will have dioramas there, always popular. I think our show last year was his first show, and he's been very successful since, done many shows since. Maybe he did one or two before that, but he's been, about the last 2 years, been doing really good. We're proud of him. Chance, Second Chance Toys and Collectibles will be there with some vintage stuff set up for the first time. And then our buddy Matt, 13Z Customs, will be set up there. So all of that on top, of course, Ginger Kid Collectibles with the main booth, with all of the Legions and various things. They'll have the largest booth set up, and they are the host retailer of the event. So we're looking forward to it. It's going to be great at Charlie's, but we got a little fun to do before we get there with some Demon Slayer. So we'll jump ahead and see what else we can do tonight, right now. Well, we've jumped significantly ahead. I've spent the whole day hanging out with Jeremy, but now I have Mr. Andrew.
Hello.
I have Zenitsu.
Don't show me on camera. I look rough. I just saw myself in the reflection.
I have Don't Show Me on Camera. I look rough. I need to fix myself as well. And we are at AMC Theaters, where we make movies better, to see the Demon Slayer movie. And then tomorrow, Charlie's Collectible Show. Zenitsu's in full costume and has realized she's the only person here in full costume, at least so far. Well, technically not full costume. So we're excited. Maybe they'll have some cool popcorn buckets. Maybe they don't have. Do they have any? They exist, but they may not have any. Let's see what's up here. Toxic Avenger. Well, doesn't look like they have any. It's our auditorium. There's all kind of people just waiting out here, like maybe they just got out. They did not have any of the popcorn buckets or cups, unfortunately. Maybe they're cleaning it. Huh. Interesting. Kai, are you excited for this?
become something
Are you
bigger.
gonna be like, yay, hooray, it's wonderful?
Story.
Yeah. Are you? Yeah. That's
We can
new.
make small moments feel
Andrew, they went to the potty. That means you have to do it. You're out on that?
AMC theaters.
Oh my
We make
goodness.
movies better.
That was fundamentally different. We're no longer in the AMC theaters. It's the next morning, very early. I went to sleep 4 hours ago. And that was certainly not enough sleep, so I'm a bit groggy this morning as I get woken up and ready to go host this event. Went to a very late screening. The movie didn't even start till almost 11 o'clock at night. And that movie was, with trailers, like 3 hours, maybe even over 3 hours. It was a long movie. It was like the old days of like Marvel movies and such. We were in the theater a long time. So it was like, I don't know, 3 in the morning when we got home or something like that. And followed by an early morning of all day stuff, even though the stuff's going to be fun. A challenge right away. So trying to get woken up. It was good. I mean, Demon Slayer is not my favorite thing. I don't think nor Natalie's, but Kaya loves it. And, you know, has been watching it for all of its run and has read all the manga. And so that was a sold out theater, which was cool. So like, I think that's one of her favorite things. She got to go experience a sold out theater. So she never went to any of the Marvel movies, and she was too young at the height of the Marvel movies. I mean, we don't think about that a person that is in high school or about to be in college, and you know, when things like Thor Ragnarok were on, they were like 5-6 years old. You know, they weren't in the Marvel movies. So the first Marvel movie she ever saw in the theater was Black Widow. So a lot of the height of especially that run of like Guardians 2 and Black Panther and Thor Ragnarok and Infinity War and Endgame, where it was crazy in the Marvel movies, she didn't never get to see. And nothing's really like that since COVID, you know, at least here in America. No theaters really get crazy like that. So it was a completely sold out theater, a line to get in, a line to find your seats. They had oversold it. People got kicked out because there were no more seats. I mean, I haven't seen that in so long. So she got to experience one of her favorite things in a big setting like that. She wore a costume. That's really cool. Really glad she gets that memory. This is the first of 3, so it'd be like if Infinity War and Endgame were in 3 movies. So a lot happens, but also not a lot, you know, because you're in the ending of the plot. So it was good. It was fun. I'd be interested if you watched or read Demon Slayer in your current, how you liked it. I think it looked gorgeous. It would be the best anime that's ever been on screen ever. Big budget, looked good. I'm trying to make a bunch of money for an anime. So anyway, we have fun. I'm going to try to wake myself up, and we'll check in when we get to Charlie's Collectible Show. We've arrived. Look at these 2 handsome gentlemen right there. Sweaty McGee. There's us. We got our panel table, little audience area, and here's our event space. Everybody's setting up. You see Jordan and Richard there, Greg, Matt, you Purple Gang down there, Andy. Everybody's setting up, hanging out. So we are excited. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, man?
Hey! Greg's set up. Greg can tell us about what he has.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Greg has a scene. Y'all have a lot. It's a level up.
Really digging this guy over here.
This thing? Oh, and back there, some Joy Toy and the... Oh, just in case? So last year, I purchased the big Dio pieces from Greg. Those actually sit proudly with statues. The Lord of the Rings statues. So this is like a king's chamber, an emperor's chamber, or is it more of a Colosseum? What do you think it's Colosseum? Yeah, with the Scorpion King. And then we've got this Medusa. Thing's pretty wicked. This guy that he posted a period of time ago that looks great. A whole vehicle. Say Fruit of the Loom? Maybe. Bite-sized geek. I like the big doors. And then he's got, so Greg has various, you know, you can buy the whole set of things. But then also all these heads. Look at that bear. Did you paint that bear?
I did paint that bear.
You just decided to have a painted bear?
I just
for the people.
He sits on my desk. He stares at me. So
He's the one.
I just
He's beautiful.
You know.
Well, I mean, you got the Red Guardian helmet, and so the bear is in the. Isn't Red Guardian in the? Yes, but isn't he also? Is he in like the Canada team too?
Alpha Flight? No.
The bear. What is the bear in? The bear's in something. I don't know my Marvel. Or some major. He's in some team.
The team, but I know
Red Guardian's not in that team?
No, he is in that team.
Yeah, or maybe it's a Russian team
Yeah.
that has a bear in it. Winter Guard. The bear's in Winter Guard. Yes. Tina Toy Man coming through. I'm just blurry on him as he does the Larry Zabisco. Oh, there's another bear over there.
Man, that's a name. Larry Zabisco. Haven't heard that in a minute.
WCW.
Look at that. Look at that. Now you feel like the Red Guardian. Yeah. Chance is already spending money. It's coming in. He knows the deal. He is a convention pro. You see what you want, you buy it.
Except for the one that's in the door prize. All the other chainmail ones are in sets.
This is Kim. So we got.
I bought some sets last year that had this.
Yeah.
And I ended up using this separately on specific figures. And when I saw this sitting there, I was like, oh, I got it.
I still have some of that stuff at home. If you want to, I might be convinced to make some more.
The chain, I love the chainmail look.
Mike Daniel. I'm going to show you your table while you go to the car. This is apparently not for sale. I don't see me. Am I in here? Where's the me?
I didn't finish you. I was going to give it to you, but then somebody else already gave it to you.
That's
It kind of sounds like a very common story.
That's true.
Yeah, the sticker.
What are we? I need to.
A Shadow Circle helmet of me. Oh, it was Dave. Or
Stickers last year.
was it David? Yeah, it was David Williams that made a Shadow Circle of me. Battle Tribes, the monkey.
You know what a figure on this table is that I think is a sleeper that I haven't seen a lot of people snag? This bad boy right here.
Oh yeah,
Dude.
is that the big kind of orky guy?
Yeah, the Thales, the Minotaur from Combatants.
Well, that's kind of Fallout. Man, I'm having bad focus. Remember, folks, here, hopefully the Joanna episode, I'll have a new phone. Ooh. Level up time.
I was supposed to pre-order mine yesterday.
George. Ooh. And we got Andy, Culture Customs here. Some cannons. Some custom guys. It's got some cool goblins. Look at this dude with the like opened eye. Froggy. That's cool. Purple Gang has a significant size table. What?
We do, I guess.
Him fall down and say, I need to take a nap? He also went to Demon Slayer movie late last night.
He's sleepy.
Yeah. I feel him. Like a hot dog cat, if you're a casino watcher or a Purple Gang watcher or lots of things, you'll have seen that. Is that particular hot dog cat for sale, the painted one? Or is that the logo?
Yeah, I hadn't planned on selling that one.
Unless somebody offers like $1,800 and it's for sale.
Probably less than that.
A bunch of heads. I see a DP head. And then some Legions figures as well. I'll show you Matt Adams' booth. Bama. Got a bunch of cool dios set up for sale. All shapes and sizes and aesthetics. Kick off. Hey, there he is. Small, big. If you just want to send him money, Venmo, there you go. Just here's some dollars. Sewers.
All types of different.
I'd like to see a bidet on that throne.
I did build a bathroom at one point.
Did it have a bidet?
No, it didn't. You could add one if you want.
Once you wash crack, you never go back.
We haven't done any water features yet.
Ah, yes. Corey cartoons, some stands, bridge. Corey has a lot of Star Wars type stuff. And then some diodes here, backdrops.
What am I gonna do that
We got Dave, Devil's Workshop.
Right? This is what you do. That's awesome.
That big old sword.
Yeah, my
That's
the
cool
game
with
I've
the
been
pack.
talking about the last Space Marine 2.
That's cool.
And a few months they got over 500.
Sitting by the fire.
Here's the big guy.
Flame skeleton head? Or is it a knight? No, it's a knight. Yeah, flame knight. The burning knight.
So Ryan, I got these. They're $4 a piece.
Jeremy wouldn't give me the one from the Four Horsemen display, so
And they've got these.
Oh, the dragon one?
yeah, that's exactly why.
Yeah.
The ankles or anything? Yeah.
Ready for the dragon.
So we've got.
Stand, bunch of stands. Level up the stand game. An X-Men stand. I hear you. Doing a little shake. Give us a little shake. Woo, ha-ha!
What's that?
David set up here. Dark Collectibles has got.
Yes.
Variety of other things. Nimrod. Proton pack. I don't know what that's from. Some other legions. Need that box now. And then Second Chance. I got some vintage stuff set up. A little bit of everything here. So those are our. Scott's not here yet. I think that's all of our vendors. And I'll show you once Ginger Kid gets finished setting up. I'll show you their booth. I believe last time we did this. Did we do this at Toylanta?
I don't remember, to be honest with you. I'm getting old.
At Retro Toy Con, we were talking about you used action figures as a marital aid.
Yep, 2 Crees.
That's what. I'll make sure to show this. Jeremy has new things set up here. This is the Ox Crew Cosmic Legions wave that is shipping right now. That are awesome, and we're excited for those. I'm gonna have to copyright break a little bit here. And then these are the Legions Con exclusives. If you're coming to Legions Con in November, you can get some of these guys. These are actual like builder packs, so that's one. If you buy 2, you can build 2 different looks, and that's one. And then this is the Ashes of Agbendor. These are prototypes, painted samples, something like that. That are beautiful. We are very happy to see these. I like that guy very much. Super cool. Finally, let me show you Ginger Kid's booth. A little bit of McFarlane and the like. Blockies. Always keep opening up Blockies. A little bit of Marvel. And then we've got brand new Collegiate Legends. Looks like we got South Carolina, Georgia, and Navy. A little bit of AWOC. And then, of course, a massive wall of Four Horsemen product figure, Obscura, Cosmic Legions, Mythic Legions, All-Stars, Legions comic exclusive, Toylanta exclusive, Heads packs, Necronominous stuff, the Knights, Builder Knights.
Good reviews.
And then you've got brand new Silver Knight there.
I have known him.
And Legendary Barbarian, the touring show exclusive figure. Plus, some of these guys are getting pretty hard to find. They're selling out pretty fast, All-Star 6. So we're off and running, having a good time here. All right. Shout out to Chris, the man collects. He's over there looking at dials. He just hooked it up with some cards. We're thankful to that we got to sort through to help fill in our binders of various collections. So thank you to Chris. Let's do a little walk around the event and everything that's going on at Charlie's today. So we will be doing a panel eventually here in that area. And we have this donut area that I've shown you with areas in the middle for people to want to customize or hang out or make things. We got our vendors on the outside. Mr. Cook.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yes. Kim and Mike. We got Matt. We got T the Toy Man, who apparently is wielding stands.
Yeah, this is what I'm selling.
Yeah. Hey, those are thick.
Yeah.
Real thick and juicy.
Yeah.
Andy McCultra, Jordan and Richard, Purple Gang. We got Ginger Kid selling items, restocking items. Silver Knight, huh? What do we got down there? The Barbarian, and we got, what's his name? Enoch. Enoch's become very difficult to get.
Yeah.
But if you go to your favorite authorized retailer, Ginger Kid Collectibles, you get a retail price. Don't got to worry about eBay. And we loop around. I'm grateful to everybody that's coming out, hanging out. New Collegiate Legends. I showed you all these booths, but I'm just showing you, like, this is our event space. You see Jeremy. He's hanging out, showing off the prototypes. There's the bite-sized geek. Ooh, hot chicken. I am the man collects. With Alf. Alf looks like the man collects after using the marital aid right there. Yeah, Corey. What's up, buddy? Unfortunately, we didn't see Corey at Dragon Con somehow, but you go look at his cosplays. He's got them on his Instagram. That's where it was at. And Dave. Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
You know that's what they call Daniel Jones now, starting quarterback for the Colts. They changed his name from Danny Dimes after 1 week to Indiana Jones. I'm like, that's actually that's a good nickname. That's good.
Still better than was he searching for the lost receiver?
He found him last week.
He's still better than
They whipped on Miami's hind end.
told Miami's behind.
They whipped on that hind end.
I don't even know Miami.
They looked horrendous.
Tua still sitting votes.
Somehow he's my fantasy quarterback too, which is quite a mistake. Davis Booth, Legions. I'm not sure. Chance looked like he sleep. Chance has been battling it this week.
I'm about to fall asleep.
You'll see a little different energy from Chance in a couple weeks at Joe Lana after he's not been ill all week. We're grateful that you're here.
Damn sure.
There's been an illness. Well, I think everybody's dealing with illness.
No, Georgia loses Alabama that weekend.
Oh, that's true. That's that night, isn't it? Oh, boy. And then if you go back here, this is an action figure swap. Now, this is Collecticon weekend in Atlanta. So a lot of your bigger Pokemon vendors, you see the gray tarps. These are card vendors that are at Collecticon today. But you see you've also got full figure swaps going on over here. And so other booths, if you want some other action figures, you can come here and get different things. You got Joe's. These are, it's like the full selection. I don't think I've seen the Tigra Panthro. Oh, you can buy it by the wave. That's cool. It's just missing the Skelraw, which I do know the Walmart you can get that at Biggie. More Marvel, a little bit of Pokemon there. Oh, some yarn, some crochet. Oh, here's some Gundam cars. My lost toy walking around looking for the toy that they lost. Oh, don't film me. Don't film me. Savage Attorney and Merman. Some Lucy's. I like these cases. That's what I put my Lucy G.I. Joes in, but I've run out of them. And last time I looked, they were no longer in stock. They're from Container Store. And they you can put a series of those in a bigger box. They work really well. Oh, thank you very much.
You going to Joe Lanta?
I will be at Joe Lanta, yeah. You be there?
Be shopping.
Be buying. Yeah. Customer, yeah. Yeah, it's coming up.
Yep.
We got some Star Wars stuff. That tank's cool. I don't know what it is, but it's cool. And another aisle, some more Star Wars. And look at that sword. I don't know what that is. Some vintage Ranger stuff. Non-vintage Ranger stuff. And then these are, what are these? Oh, custom Lego sculptures. Charlie Slinger. Those are neat. There's some more going on down there. Drewski's Corner. Some plush. So you got this over here. just beyond the event. And I don't know if they have a card tournament. It looks like they're probably going to have some card tournaments going on over here. I don't know what, but that'll be a tournament set up. Plus you have all the normal vendors that are here. We come up here to the front, My Lost Toy, and they've got lots of stuff here on the sides. But here in an hour or two will be Dale Kelly, the announcer of Dragon Ball Z, but also the voice Captain Ginyu. And I plan to meet him. The boys here have got plenty of stuff. Like we check out. They have Vega? They do have Vega. A Vega I may end up buying. I need that. The big Razor Crest here, but with no figures. That's cool. Display piece. I haven't seen that out of the package ever. I did pick this up. I needed it. I don't want to have to find it. And then, what if Jeremy has seen that they have these over here? Need to tell him.
I was going to say it's the annual tradition. It's become the biannual, at least, tradition. Yes. Jeremy comes to Georgia, ends up with unexpected box of vintage toys.
So, did not expect to find this today, but I got myself a full set of 25-year-old McFarlane toys, Where the Wild Things Are. I mean, clearly I'm a big Where the Wild Things Are fan, so seeing these, I've got these loose, and they're all broken over the years because they're 25 years old. They've probably moved like 4 times with me. To see a full set of like minty box ones,
they're beautiful too.
Super exciting.
And you're fully set up in your new toy room, so you can just immediately have space.
I'm not even going to open these. I'm going to leave them packaged and everything. I've got plenty of wall space.
I bet you'll see them in the background of some stream at some point in the future.
Because most of this type of stuff ends up around my workbench, around my work desk, so you get to see it in the view. But
it's one of my favorite parts of the year. Is Jeremy's like, I don't know that I'm going to buy anything. And within 10 minutes, he has something under the table. Every time he's in Georgia.
Every time.
Yeah,
I mean, Georgia is bad for my wallet. I love it down here. Bad for my wallet.
Good for the tummy, good for the soul. Maybe not the pocketbook as much. Got a little rip going on, Andrew said he's doing it.
Where did these come from?
LR+++. Is that what you're looking for, Andrew? LR+++? Yes. Would that be great? Would you go sell it immediately somewhere here?
Absolutely.
Yes. That is you say, they're thick?
They're thick.
Yes.
Rigid. I like a good rigid card.
Oh,
Yeah, Scotty over here. What you working on there, Scotty? What you working on? Something juicy? Oh, I'm gonna zoom in there.
Samurai armor.
Cool. Samurai. Various. Venom ammo. Devastator. These Gundam cards are cool. We need to open them. I think Andrew's given us some because he has extras. Let me do some shopping for me. See if there's anything I want to pick up. I bought the Vega. Let me see if there's anything else. See right there is Captain Ginyu and the announcer of Dragon Ball Z, and I need to meet him.
No.
Did you help open any of these?
Trust me. I did one.
You see that Captain Ginyu is up at the front. Ginyu Force rules. Ginyu Force rules. Ginyu Force rules.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, Ginyu Force rules. Ginyu Force rules. Even he may say that.
I was a little older.
Andrew says some successful openings. Ginyu Force rules. Come on, David. Ginyu Force rules. Andrew, Ginyu Force rules. Ginyu Force rules. Just have some stuff.
So
That would have been so cool if you could get them all to sign it. What an incredible piece that would be. But I'm going to get my Captain Ginyu.
clear acrylic.
Ginyu Force rules. Ginyu Force rules. No! Ginyu Force rules. No!
It's just a sentence or two. Some have more, but a lot of them are sentences or two. And now, in the stream you just had Wednesday, there was a discussion with you and Eric about the packaging having a larger canvas so that you can tell more of the story. So I think an interesting thing that I've always thought about is, is it storyboarding, or what's the right term when you go, okay, here's a character that's being created. We know where he is in the story. Maybe the depth that you're going to write in the novel, in the storybook is one thing, but how do we get to the bones that I'm going to put on a bio?
So these start with the figures. That's first and foremost, is they've got to be cool looking toys. And in the early days, that's how it started. And then Eric would write some kind of story for the characters, but they didn't necessarily consider the bigger picture. It was just, I want to write a few sentences about this character. And now we're way more deliberate in how we put these together. So even before Eric starts the figure designs, we will sit down. We're working on a wave right now that's going to be revealed at G-Con in November. So working on that wave, we sit there and we have a general theme in mind, we have a general storyline, and we say, what kinds of characters do we want to see in this? And we start putting some like broad stroke type characters. So then Eric starts creating some rough designs. And then from those rough designs, we start figuring out, okay, well, who's with whom? Like, who are the good guys? Who are the bad guys? How does this all play in together? And even a wave like we just did recently for Horror of Einsamal, that was a very narrative-driven wave where every one of those characters had a very distinct purpose in that story. So today we're really focused on the stories within the waves, how these characters fit in, but then taking it one step further, how are these characters now fitting into our major story arc? You know, we always would drop little kind of like threads that we knew we could pull on later, little Easter eggs and little hints of what was to come. That's more deliberate today than ever before.
So on things like that, I mean, a common, because now I'm thinking of you as a writer, and a common question I always have, whatever is being written, is, did you know you were going to get there when you did this? And I think the answer is usually sometimes. And sometimes I just know I need to get somewhere, so I need to give myself a path. When you think about, so we've finished the first major arc of this story. That book, I think you said, is with the artist right now. It comes out next year, early next year, something like that. With the second big arc versus Einsamal, that's almost like we're a lot of nerds in here, a one-shot type of thing. You know, the question we always ask writers, how far out do you think? And I know that's not necessarily a tangible answer, but do you have the second arc that we know where we're going X years in advance or something like that? Talk about that, I think it's interesting.
So we do. We know what the next arc is in general. Like, we know who the big bad is. You know, that's a big thing that you have to talk about. And we got to a point where with the Rise of the Dark Four, and I mean quite literally like the Four Horsemen being our bad guys, we were in kind of similar to like an MCU Endgame situation where, okay, we just did Thanos, who's next? Like, we want it to be a character that's distinctly different than what we have just done. So we have these discussions, and part of our challenge is how quickly do we get there? Like, how quickly do we start revealing all this stuff and giving people these major characters? How much buildup do we want? Because, you know, this first arc lasted 10 years. There's a temptation to get through this next arc very, very quickly and kind of put all our cards on the table very fast, but we've got to kind of restrain ourselves a little bit, because part of the enjoyment is that build up to the climax of the story and everything, introducing all of this, and then learning that, that these characters that were introduced 3 years ago that didn't seem to be major players, all of a sudden their contributions to the story are so much more significant than they had seen. So we plot out where we want to go, but we leave ourselves a lot of room to adjust along the way. You know, we want to allow inspiration to happen. We want to allow good ideas that may come up during the process to have a place to shine, and not say, well, that wasn't part of our original idea, so we can't do it. That's one of the great things about it being such a small group. You know, the lore is pretty much Eric and myself. So we can be very, very flexible, and there's not a lot of buy-in that we have to have. It's amazing to be able to work with the creator and to make one phone call or send one email or text or whatever and say, hey, I want to do this. and be able to just talk that out and get it done versus having to go to licensors and say like, hey, I know typically this character wouldn't do this, but we really want to do this in this arc. Would that be okay? The level of approvals that are required in a lot of storytelling when you're talking about licenses, it's very, very restrictive, and we don't have that. We can really have good ideas and enact them right into the story.
So I think an interesting follow-up to that is the restriction you do have is the decision of figure versus story, which comes first. So if we've got the book coming out that is a 10-year worth of figure, I don't think if the next book is probably not 10 years away, but the nature of production cycles and everything else. So are we going to enter a phase, provided that the lore continues to be as successful as it feels like it is right now, where we're going to introduce things in the lore, we're going to have read about them, and the figures might not be ready to be dropped yet, or even revealed. A lot of the things, the first time we heard about the figure or the character is when the figure was revealed, not in a story. Now, that's not always true. There's certainly teases. But that's an interesting thing that y'all have to balance that's maybe unique because it's your own intellectual property.
I do think the toys will be what continues to lead the story, and what will continue to probably happen is through the toys and through the waves, you're going to get a sense of how the story's progressing, and then once we go long form with it, you'll get a much deeper appreciation for what's really going on. You'll see other perspectives. You'll see other characters that may not be part of the story or the figure wave or may have been part of previous waves start to interact. That's kind of how we've done it for this first arc, and I imagine that's really what we're going to start to see for the second arc. But for the most part, it's a figure first and then the story, but not always. One that I love to talk about is my favorite character is Scapular the Cryptbreaker. Wave 1 figure, been a part of the story since the very beginning. He's the leader of the Sons of the Red Star. So in writing the book, there was a point where I needed to give this character an alter ego because he's a skeleton. Like, dude's a living skeleton. Really hard to be incognito when you're a living skeleton. So I had to have a persona for him where he could fly under the radar. And oddly enough, his fly under the radar persona is like this way over the top character called Amer Kaspar. Kind of hiding in plain sight, I guess. But I wrote this character into the book as Scapular's alter ego. And then when we did the Scapular 2 figure, even though that wave came out before the book, that part of the book was already written. We put in the parts to make that alter ego. So that was an example. And actually the same thing happened with Atlas. Atlas's alter ego of Bjor the Victorious started in the book. And both of those figures from the Rising Suns wave, which is in production now and should be shipping from the factory within the next month or so, those are characters, or I should say like alternate looks of characters that originated in the story. So I think we're going to have both of them. I think there will be instances where a character that gets introduced in the story ends up being something we see later in figures, especially now that we do things like Legions Con figures and so forth. Those are opportunities for us to say, hey, this character that may not be a major player, but he has some cool scenes or she has some cool scenes. We want to do a figure for that character that maybe doesn't take up a slot in a main wave. A figure at a show like Legions Con's a perfect opportunity. So once again, flexibility is kind of the key word here, is we really have an environment where we can allow good ideas to become cool figures. We don't have to be totally restrictive to always following one pattern.
And after this one, I'll start taking questions. So if you have one, think about it and you raise your hand. Similar to that, you personally, as a writer, you're in a unique space because of the growth and the success of the line, which everybody, thanks to everybody that participates in that. You are, I believe this is a true statement, actively contributing lore content to toy bios, to you finished, I think, a novel, to a history book, which you probably are touching on the lore a bit, to, I mean, it was announced at Legion's Cons last year, a Cosmic Legions comic book, and a tabletop game. So you're writing pieces of content across all kinds of different genres, which have different audiences, and people don't consume the way they take in their tabletop lore the same way as reading a fiction book, a novel. So we've talked a lot about your writing process, and you've told me that you have to be shut off from the world. There's nothing, like if you need to get a hold of Jeremy and he's writing, you're not going to, because that's the way his brain is creative. So are you able to do it all the same for that, or do you have to kind of bounce around for those different types of things?
So the one of those things I'm not writing is the role-playing game. Okay. So the role-playing game, because it builds off the lore I've already written, I'm acting more of a consultant on that. So I spend a lot of time looking at stuff that's written, saying like, yes, that makes sense, or hey, I think this would be a better fit, this setting or a character or whatever. So that one's a little bit different. Everything else you mentioned, the Cosmic comic, I wrote the scripts for it. I've never written a comic script before, so it was just like, well, okay, I'll learn as I go. And then the novel. So they all kind of have a similar process for me in terms of how I tackle them. They're just different formats for all of them. I mean, bios are very enjoyable to write because I'm not writing a bio for an old figure. I'm writing bios for things that are new. So there's a level of excitement there, right? And because I get frustrated by having to condense my ideas into a very short amount, but it means that I can get through it somewhat quickly. When you're doing the novel and you've got a lot more pages you have to fill, it just inevitably is going to take a lot more time. But at the end of the day, it really is all a very similar process. And all of it, especially now, I said early on when I first started doing the novel, all of those bios that I mentioned Eric wrote that were kind of written in a vacuum, they weren't written with the bigger picture in mind. I didn't want to retcon anything if I could avoid it. I wanted to say like, hey, if it's already out there, I want it to be canon. There are some bios that I had to do gymnastics for to make work. Juno the Crusher, brutal to make that bio actually make sense for her arc, but I did it. Others are much, much easier, but that, taking everything that's out there and making it all be kind of canon, that's all part of the challenge that I very much enjoy. And I mean, look, at the end of the day, I love this world. I love these stories. I love these characters. I loved them when I was a fan, just buying the figures. So to be able to contribute part of them, to be able to design figures, the prototypes that we have on the table back there, the Crossroads figures that are going to debut at Legion's Con, and then a couple of the figures from the Ashes of Agmendor wave. They are character designs and characters that I got to create. I got to create the figure, I got to write their story, so there's something like really rewarding about that, to have these characters be part of the story. And while none of them are major players, I get to write their scenes. So if anyone heard like the Horror of Einsamal short stories we wrote recently, that cat burglar, yeah, literally, the Jagualian thief, it's a cat burglar. Like, that was me just being ridiculous, and I find that funny. But like, I wrote that character having some really fun lines, and I love getting to do that. Like, I get to give these characters, if not the most important lines, the ones that at the end of the reading or the movie, it leaves that good taste in your mouth, and you're like, that was a good line. So, very enjoyable to do that.
I don't remember the last time I filmed. We just did a panel. Anthony asked a question in the panel. Normally we're here for wrestling. Are you here for action figures today? Action figures. I think Natalie, you filmed some of that, right? I think she filmed some of that. So hopefully I just put a video of some of it that she sent me. But we'll continue playing Gundam now. Andrew, champion of tournaments.
Just bases.
Teaching how to play. I need to learn how to play.
EX.
We're winding down. We just had a raffle giveaway. And T the Toy Man won this Batman cowl. And his first response was, my wife said, cool. He had to ask permission for something that was free.
I was letting him know that I won this.
No.
Man.
As I recall, you told me you have special Saturday tradition.
Hey, man.
That's what that cow is for. I got significant gas. I'm about to crop dust snow.
I literally was going to wear that home if I wanted.
Safety.
I was going to put it on my head.
We moved ahead. The event is over. We are at a place called My Parents' Basement, which is an interesting bar, restaurant, arcade, and comic book store, which is where we're having our after party, hanging out with folks, whoever wanted to come by that was still there at the end. So we're going to hang out for a while and have some fun. All right, folks. I'm in a hotel, Marriott Hotel. The hotel that Toylanta used to be in back 7 years ago, 6 years ago. Dropped some folks off, wrapping up the night. What was my last thing? We were at My Parents' Basement. I've lost my voice. It's going away. It was a great day. We had a lot of fun at our event. The Legion's Meetup, Charlie's Collectible show. So many great people. And I don't even know that I showed everybody I told you. Brutal Realm wasn't able to make it. Shout out to our friends there. They had a situation with their puppy, which we're definitely sympathetic to. Everything's all right. She's good. But she did need to go to the vets. They were not able to make it. So love to them, and pup's doing good now. But everybody else was there. We got to see cool stuff on the tables. Lots of people bought stuff, had a good time, celebrated fandom and legions, and enjoyed time. I got to spend a lot of time with Jeremy, which I always appreciate. It was a great weekend. And I'm happy for it. I'm tired. 3 hours of sleep's impacting me. I'm ready to go home and relax, see my doggy, and continue about my night. So, wish you all well. I will see you soon with another episode of Dub Life. Until then, squeeze.